Hey everybody, it's Jessica. Welcome back. Today we're going to film my April monthly plan with me, and this is going to come out before my April monthly lineup because I switched some things and ordered some new stuff for April, so I can't show it to you yet because I don't have it yet, but that is okay. We're going to go ahead and look ahead and film my April monthly view. This is how my March monthly view turned out. I haven't filled out this day yet. We might do some stuff this day because my husband and I both have this day off. And I haven't yet printed my photo for the month because I don't have one just yet that I know for sure I want to use here. So I'll do that later. But let's go ahead and turn to April. I forgot to take all of these Post-its off because I haven't filmed my full lineup yet. So normally I move these when I film the lineup, but not quite there yet. So let me go ahead and do that first. All right, so that's all cleared up. And then let me show you the kit that we're using. So this is Caress Press's Honey monthly kit. I got this undated without the month listed on it, but it is for April. But I just like redating my planner with a Monday start instead of a Sunday start. So that's why I changed it over. So this is the extra full box and deco sheet, the regular decorative sheet, the pattern full boxes, an extra top bar, and then your icons and a bunch of other functional stuff. So I'm using this because it's my kitten Clover's birthday in April, and this reminds me of her because I call her Clover Honey. Not as much as I used to, but I used to call her that quite a lot. So this is a really darling kit. I believe this art is exclusive to Caress Press, so I'm really excited to finally get to use it. Alrighty, so let's go into decorating that. I am going to have to cut this one in half, I think, because like I said, I do redate to start on a Monday. So what that means, it's going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The 1st is going to be here, so I need to cover up these two boxes and leave these two open. So I'm actually going to take care of that first. Whoops, these are kind of connected to each other. I'm going to take care of that sticker surgery first because it'll be easier to line up the top sticker, I think, once this one is down. So I'm going to put this here and then hopefully cut this part smoothly. I forget what the best method of doing this was the last time I had to do this. I didn't have to do this in March because everything just kind of lined up. But this time we shall see. I lost my old Erin Condren, like really sturdy, what do you call it, ruler. I don't know where I put it, which is a little bit unnerving, but that's fine. I'll get through it. Okay, so we're gonna slice this. Hopefully I added enough pressure that this will actually come up. Oof. It is going to mess up this Tuesday box just a tad. A nice straight line there, so I'm hoping that'll just come up. Okay, that was as good as we were going to get given how I have to do this. So that's a little bit torn up, but it's fine, right? Okay, and then, so this is going to be Thursday, so the 30th is going to move over here. So I'm not going to put this down just yet. We'll do that at the end just to make sure. But I'm going to pull this box up first, and then I'll kind of lay this over top just because I think this is the easiest way to make sure that everything actually lines up properly. Yeah, that's a lot better. I always have to do like the bottom bar first for some reason. Okay, so we'll come back to this tidbit later. Those pretty flowers. And then we're going to put down this other box up here, and then I'll pull in my April script there as well. And then also my days of the week, because we got to know what day it is, right? Ideally. So this is going to go here. April, I don't know. There's nothing big going on, but there are a couple of fun plans here and there. So I'm going to pull in my Michael sticker book. I've been using this for years already, and I'm going to use gold because I feel like that goes well with the colors of this kit. I'm going to pull in my April script and then pull in my days of the week in gold as well. April's a nice monthly script because it's short and so it doesn't get all fiddly and weird. So we're gonna just pop this in here. That looks good. And then I'm gonna pull in my days of the week from that same book as well. And Sunday's gonna end up over here because that's just how I prefer to do my monthly view. To me, when I can, I do it this way because it just makes more sense to me since the weekly pages start on Monday anyway. Everyone can do what their heart desires with that though. Makes no difference to me what you decide to do. I always end up lining these up like not in a line somehow. I don't know how, but that's just how it goes. But that's okay. I feel like once you actually have like all your plans laid down on the page, it's not as noticeable at the end of the day. What have you got going on in April? Let me know. Like I said, it's kind of like the calm before the storm of finals where I work. It's like that last big push till the end of the semester. Our weather in Sacramento can be really unpredictable. Like some years, April is really warm. Some years it's really rainy. I feel like last year, what was April like last year? I don't know. I think last year, March and April were very rainy. This year, March was basically summertime. We had like 2 weeks of almost 90 degrees. We're coming out of it now at the very end of March, but it was very weird. It was like summer weather. Everyone's predicting that we're going to have a pretty brutal summer, which sucks because last summer was delightful. Normal temperatures here are in the hundreds. Last July, though, we were like in the 80s for most of July, and then August and September were still pretty hot, but we got a little bit of a break in July because sometimes we'll have a heat wave where it's like 115 here, and that's not very pleasant. So yeah, I feel like I'm gonna have to like put something on this day to cover up like how disastrous this box is, although I will be putting in, probably uploading this video, hopefully, if I get it exported and everything in time. Okay, so that's all the decoration so far. We'll fill in later if it looks right down here. I'm gonna go ahead and put in my monthly reading box. I've been good this year so far. I've read at least one book a month in 2026. So let's go ahead and put in a box for that. I've been liking to do this thing where I put in like a decorative full box and then a square box, a piece of deco, and then a little header with the book icon from the kit. And that's how I've been tracking my reading so far this year. Are all of these things the same color though? No, I do a little bit of different color on each part of that contraption that I'm making. So I'm just gonna put that down. And then let's see, the book is that purple color, so let's do the green for the header. Something about like my monthly views, I feel the need to make them like super consistent the entire year, whether that's using like 12 kits from the same shop for the year or just doing consistent like sidebars or things like that. I don't know why I'm like that. It's just how it is. And then I'm gonna do a solid box. Let's do like the gold. Let's just bring in like all 4 colors here. I think that would be cute. All 4 colors from the kit. That will really pop there. And then for the deco, which one kind of reminds me of reading? Should I do the Scrabble board? It's a bit large for that section. Let's do the Scrabble tiles. Except it doesn't seem to want to come off the page for some reason. Come on. There we go. With little bitty deco like this, sometimes it like doesn't want to come off the page. All right, I think that's really cute. So that'll be for whatever reading I get up to in April. And then anything else I set up at this stage? Not really. So let's just get into the weekly plans. So the first thing I'm gonna mark is that I'm technically on spring break from one of the schools where I teach this week. So I'm gonna mark, like I did at the end of March, that I don't have class on this Thursday. So for that, I'm just gonna kind of go down the row with colors. I am planning to upload this video that you're watching here on the 1st, hopefully. Let's go ahead and commit to that now. Yeah, so I'm gonna start with this color. And then this will go up here for no class. And I still have to work at the other college where I teach though, because they're not on spring break. That's the downside of multiple part-time bits of employment, is that schools are not in agreement about when spring break is supposed to be. I had a student talking to me about that the other day because she's got siblings at different schools and friends at different schools, and nobody's off the same week, which is a bit of an issue. It's also an issue for student parents, obviously, because like the college doesn't take time off at the same time as their kids' school, so that's a bit tricky. Yeah, not great. Okay, but that is down. So for my YouTube video, I'll go ahead and do this little camera. That's quite cute. And then for the day off, or the no class, let's use the balloons. Okay, that's looking good so far. Friday the 3rd, I have a special meeting at work, and then I'm going to a basketball game with my dad. So, and I still don't have a basketball kit, y'all. Luckily, this is the week of Easter, so it doesn't bother me as much, but I need that basketball kit still. Basketball is our main professional sport in this town, at least for now. Let's see, how have I been marking the meetings? Okay, I've been using that type of label for that. So let's do one of these for the meeting. And then, you know, I should have saved a purple sticker for the basketball game because if you don't know, Sacramento's team is the Kings, and our main color is not this lilac purple, but it is purple, like royal purple or whatever, I'm assuming is what the vibe is supposed to be. I'm just realizing like all of these labels match up with the date squares color, and I don't know that I like that, but it's okay. Let's see. For the game, let's use the honeycomb pattern. I like to alternate between the different colors as much as possible so that I don't end up with like one weird block of like the same color all in one space. So for the meeting, let's go ahead and use the gold star. And then I do have basketball stickers that I'm going to pull in because even though I don't have a basketball kit, I do have basketball icons. So I don't know if this one's going to be too big. That's a little large for that space. I'm so silly. When I first got these are from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. They're no longer for sale though because her shop's not open right now. But I thought this was an S. It's the number 5. And I got really excited because I'm like, oh, it's like S for Sacramento. I'm like, no, Jessica, it's the number 5. Okay, Saturday the 4th, I don't have anything going on. Sunday the 5th is, of course, Easter. Happy Easter if you celebrate like me. And for that, I'm going to put in, I think, one of these square boxes because personally, how I like to spend Easter lately is just with my husband, making good food and all that type of thing. So I'm actually not going to use this color. I'm going to use the purple one just because that's kind of a special occasion. And also I don't want the blue next to that blue full box. So I'm going to put this here. You know, this color has really grown on me. I did not used to like lavender is what I'm trying to say. And nowadays I kind of do. I think I don't really own anything in that color, but I actually do think that color would be flattering on me now, which is kind of funny because I never used to think that. I don't generally gravitate towards pastels. They're just not really my thing. If I do wear pastels, it's like a peach or like a picture like this color, but like more salmon-y. It's like, and I'll wear like maybe this color, like this green color, but I don't think a lot of pastels look good on me. I'm very olive complected. Like, I don't know what my color palette technically is or my color analysis really is, if that's even a thing. But if I had to guess, I'm some sort of like autumn. That's what I gravitate towards, and that goes a lot with like my hair, skin, and eye color, which is hazel. So I don't do a lot of pastels. I'm definitely not like a spring, even though I love spring weather and like the season. But like as far as like color palette goes, I'm very like jewel tones or autumn, that type of thing. Not that you needed to know all of that, but now you do. So that's Easter. And then Monday the 6th will be, we have another concert countdown. We have been spending a lot of money on concert tickets lately, and honestly, I don't even care. I don't mind because first of all, it's something that I'm realizing the past couple of years that really feeds my soul is live music. And then also, what was the also to that? I actually don't remember. Oh, now I remember. The also is like, I really didn't go to concerts until I was like 25, like professional concerts for bands that were big. I think my first one of those was when I was 25. It was the Decemberists. It was $30. It was in Davis, where I was living at the time, which was fantastic. And then like I didn't go to another concert until like 2024, when I was, how old was I in 2024? 32? Yeah. And now we've been averaging about like 2 shows a year since then. So, you know, it's real expensive out here right now for concerts, but like we don't spend a wild amount on it, and it's just something that like I haven't been able to spend money on up until this point in my life, so might as well do it now. And I know what shoes to wear to concerts now so that my back doesn't hurt later. I feel like I take better care of myself now than I did when I was younger, so that's kind of cool. Anyway, I'm just going to use a bunch of Sweet Ava's paper musician stickers for the 3 concert countdowns that I'm going to mark in this video. All right, so that's Monday the 6th. I have a meeting on Tuesday the 7th. That's how I marked it last time, so because I like to be consistent, we're just going to do that. I really do love this daisy pattern. I noticed this has been very trendy with clothing with Gen Z lately, and it almost makes me want to buy, like, I love like the sweaters that have the daisies on them. I think that's really cute, actually. There's a lot of things with Gen Z fashion that I'm like, I don't know about that, fam. And I probably just aged myself horribly talking like that, but it's fine. I think most of my audience here is millennial, so you get me. But yeah, there's a lot of things with Gen Z fashion. I'm like, you know what? You do you. If you feel confident wearing that, that's great. I do not. And I'm definitely not gonna buy into the micro trend situation, because like trends change so quickly now, I've noticed. And it's mostly to sell a ton of fast fashion, let's be real. So I'm not gonna buy into that because I try to not be super consumerist, but I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna claim I am. But I am trying to like not buy stuff unless I'm being really intentional about it. Okay, we're gonna get off my soapbox now. Thursday the 9th, we're gonna mark another concert countdown. Concert countdown. That I really stumbled over. Sorry about that. And this is going to be the last time we mark this concert countdown because it's going to happen next month. I'm super excited. Oh, this matches my nails. I didn't even plan on this. This is me. Talk about trying to not be consumerist. This is me mixing together 2 different sets of nails. So these ones had like the floral pattern, and I only had the green ones left from one set. These are both from Impress Nails. And then this one was from a coffee like latte art set. And I mixed them together, and I think it's a vibe for like spring. I just didn't want to like throw out a bunch of nails just because I didn't have a bunch from the same set. So I'm gonna try to do this when I can to like make everything work together. We're gonna use a piano for this one. But yeah, I'll probably try to buy some new nails maybe for my birthday. Actually, yeah, because I want the week of my birthday, the week before that is when I'm going to this concert. So I'm going to want to have cool nails for that. But I feel like Impress Nails is kind of like slowed down on their new releases. Um, so they have a lot of the same stuff, which is fine because there's plenty that I haven't bought from them yet, but I don't know. I'll have to see if they have anything that I want to get. And then Friday the 10th is payday. So I didn't really like how I marked it this time. It looked kind of silly. And also I'll probably end up marking whatever we end up doing on the 10th, like for dinner. Most of the time, my husband and I go out to dinner on Friday nights to decompress, and also we're just kind of sick of prepping food at home at that point. But sometimes we do take out, depending on our mood, or like this Friday, we're not going to do it because I'm going with my dad to the game. So, yep, but this is my payday. I get paid once a month. It is good and bad at the same time. I think, you know, my last teaching job, I would get paid once a month, but I got paid on the 1st, which is better because like that's when most bills are due, I feel. Getting paid on the 10th is like, what bills are due on the 10th? Maybe your electric bill, if it's in like the middle of the month. Nothing's due on the 10th though. So it's kind of meh that I get paid that day, but it's fine. Okay. And then Tuesday the 14th, big important day. That's Clover's 3rd birthday. Clover is my kitten. She is sleeping to the left of me. She is adorable and she's been through a lot. So she's going to get a full box because her birthday is truly a gift. Her first birthday, we thought she might not even make it to that based on things that happened when she was 6 months old. And, you know, having a kitten for the first time, because my other cat we got as a 3-year-old, I already knew that I wanted to like do something special for her first birthday. But then when she got super sick, like life-threateningly ill at 6 months old, I was like, I was just so upset because it's like she deserves to have a good life. She deserves to make it to her first birthday, all of that. So then when she did make it to her first birthday and was still in the middle of treatment for that disease, like it was just extra special. And so I'm never going to take her birthday in particular for granted. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to mark this. I think I do want to use this sticker instead of just like a balloon sticker from the sticker kit. So I think I'm trying to decide like what color box though I want to use. I kind of want to do like green for Clover. Yeah, I think that would be cute. She's a lucky girl. I don't know if she realizes how lucky she is because, you know, she's a cat, but she is a lucky girl. And I think it's super funny that her birthday is April 14th because mine is May 14th and our wedding anniversary is January 14th. And so apparently 14 is my lucky number because I got married that day. I don't know if it's lucky that I was born, but like, okay. And then Clover, who, you know, she really took me on a journey to saving her life. She's clearly a very lucky girl, and she's a calico, so we're using Pumpkin from Sweet Ava's paper. So I can't believe she's already going to be 3, which means we've had her for almost 3 years at this point. Wow, it has flown by for sure. So I'm going to celebrate Clover's birthday, and then I have another meeting this day, so we're going to pull in another sticker for that. I don't know what we're gonna do for Clover's birthday. She doesn't. We had a party, quote unquote, for her first birthday, mostly because like we really weren't going many places at that point because we were in the middle of her treatment and we were just exhausted constantly. So it made sense to like have everyone come to us, which was very sweet. Like we had a bunch of our friends over and they brought her gifts. It was so funny. But that was like the last time she really wanted to see a lot of people because she was such a sweet little baby and just wanted to make friends when we first got her. But after all of her experiences with the vet, going there like once a month for like half of her life at that point, I think she started getting a bit suspicious of people, and she became an adult and she's kind of like, I don't know if I trust y'all anymore. I'm like, you know what? That's fair. So what's funny is Evie is getting more at ease around people. So our first cat, who was very, very shy when we first got her, and I guess she's getting old now. And so when people come over, she's more likely to be out and about than Clover is. But yeah, so we had a first birthday party for our cat because we were just going through it. And last year we did not have a party for her, but we did get her a new toy, and my husband bought her a new balloon for her birthday. And you know, we always make a special meal for the cats, whether that's just is usually some sort of fish. So yeah, anyway, you didn't need to know all of that, but now you do. So yeah, my pets, they matter a lot to me. They matter a lot. They're very special to me. My two cat ladies. I saw that there's a new like Crazy Cat Lady art set. I know at least Emma K Printables, this is really stuck here, and Planner Goddess Studio, who's not someone that I follow, but I noticed they both picked it up. So I think I'm going to get probably the Emma K Printables one. I've never ordered from her shop before, but now that I have a silhouette, I can do that. Why does this sticker look like it's super messed up? That's a little odd. Anyway, so yeah, I'll probably get it from Emma's shop unless I see anybody else pick it up. I think it was like a semi-exclusive kit, but I'm gonna have to get it because first of all, it's like bright colors that I love, and it's a bunch of cats. So yeah. Okay, so that's the 17th. Oh, this is exciting. I'm planning to go to the Junk Bug Club meetup in Sacramento. So we're gonna mark that. Let's see here. This is on a group on Instagram, Junk Bug Club. You can look them up. And it's for junk journaling, but you can bring like whatever craft you want. So I will bring my junk journal. I really don't work on my junk journal on my own, if I'm being honest. So I bring it and I make progress on, I've only gone to this meetup once, but I just make a little bit of progress on 1 or 2 pages in my journal and chat with some people, and it's a good time. So hopefully the weather cooperates. I think this one's planned to be outside. So like I said, our weather here in March and April can be kind of unpredictable. Sometimes it'll be super nice and sometimes it's not, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. So I have these planner meetup stickers from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. to mark that. And then let's see, I have an appointment this day, but I'm on the wait list to have it moved up, so it might not happen that day. I do have a dentist appointment on Earth Day. So let's mark Earth Day and my dental appointment. So for Earth Day, I feel like we gotta go green, right? I don't really have an icon on here that I feel like represents Earth Day. I don't think anyway, but we can try. Yeah, I don't know yet. And then for my dental appointment, we'll use another little thing. And then I'm gonna leave a little bit of space open here for a third little thing because ideally I'll upload a video this day as well. So for the dental appointment, I don't know why there's 2 teeth stickers in these kits. Like, I know some people have to go to the dentist quite frequently, but most people don't. So yeah. I don't know what to use for Earth Day. I guess I could use one of the asterisks. I don't really have, that would be a fun kit. Did I mention this last year? I feel like I brought this up like last year or in a prior year. Someone do an Earth Day kit. I think that would be neat. Like some sort of like National Geographic, David Attenborough kit. I don't know. Is that too niche? I don't know. I think it's important. Do it, somebody. I have lots of ideas and no way to actually implement any of them. Although one of these days, maybe. I always say, like, I'm never out opening a sticker shop or something, but, like, you should really never say never. But I have no way of, like, I can't draw. So that's that. My husband can, though, so I could employ him, I suppose. But Anyway, I'm just thinking out loud. None of this is probably going to happen. Okay. Saturday the 25th is Independent Bookstore Day. Please, 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 if you can avoid it, don't buy your books on Amazon, guys. Please. If you have to buy online, go to bookshop.org. And yes, it may be a little bit more expensive, but you can input your local bookstore or just a local bookstore that you want to stay around, and the proceeds will go to them. And then if you have bookstores in your area, oh my God, please shop at them. And I kind of have to brag on Sacramento for a bit. We do have a lot of independent bookstores here, which is fantastic. And then also use your public library, you know, like that's great too. I think there's a lot of emphasis online of like having books, like owning books, and I think that's fine to a certain extent, but I would love if more people would support their local bookstores. So yeah, to mark that, I think it's funny, as an English major, as a English professor, I really don't own a lot of books. Like I have one 3-shelf bookshelf in my living room that is full, but I'm constantly curating. Like there's a lot of books that I will get rid of. Mostly ones that like I had to read for a class as an undergrad or in grad school, ones that I didn't love as much. There are a lot of great books that I read in both programs, but there's also ones that are like, I'm like, you know what? I think the knowledge is in my head. I don't know if I need to keep this book forever. So I curate my books a lot. And actually in grad school, especially because I was on quite a bit of a budget, I ended up being able to use the library a lot for a lot of my books. So that was cool. But that means I don't own a lot of the books that I read in grad school, even the ones that I really love. So yeah, I actually don't really, a lot of times I don't reread books nowadays. So like there's no point in me owning it other than storing it. And I've moved a lot. I've moved like every 3 or 4 years in my whole adult life, and moving books is a lot. So I try not to hold on to too many of them. I have a fair amount, and my husband has quite a few as well. But I'm always curating those down because they're a pain to move. So, so that's to mark Independent Bookstore Day. And I am just rambling on. And then the last thing I'm going to mark is one last concert countdown. So for this one, let's use the blue color. But yeah, I mean, when I was in early college especially, like I ordered a lot of my books off Amazon. That was kind of like back when, before we kind of knew how much Amazon was kind of going to take over everything. What really pisses me off about Amazon personally is that they opened those, they did this with the grocery store too, right? Amazon Fresh, but Amazon opened their own bookstores, and I was like, you basically just cannibalized the local bookstore. And then everyone was like, oh my God, this is so cool. You can buy books in a physical store. I'm like, do you hear yourself right now? Sorry if that was you who thought the Amazon bookstore was cool. That was a really weird moment in my life when I felt like I was going insane because everyone was like, Amazon bookstore, it's so cool. And I thought I was just so out of touch with humanity at that point, which to some extent I kind of am. Okay. Okay, now that I've rambled on my soapbox, thanks for listening. I'm going to go ahead and fill in all of this. But hey, y'all, you know, it's my channel. I can say and do what I want here within reason. Obviously, I'm not going to spread hate speech, but like, if I want to rant about local bookstores, I'm going to rant about that. I don't know if that looks good, putting that down like that, but I'm going to live with my choices. So that's everything I know ahead of time. Here's what's left of the kit so far. And yeah, let me go write everything in. And I feel like something's missing, but I think actually it's just the feeling of like the monthly plan with me is being a lot simpler. So that's cool. I'm gonna go write everything in. Talk to you in a minute. All right, that is everything I know that is happening in April so far. Obviously plans will change and other things will come up, but this is what I know ahead of time. And it is also National Poetry Month, at least in the United States, in April. So happy National Poetry Month. If you have the ability to go support your local poets, whether it's by buying their books or by attending their open mics, anything like that, please try and do that. I don't know, try writing a poem of your own. It's, you can't know if you can do it until you try. So, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know what you are up to in April down below. See you later. Bye.